Welcome! It's been forever since we've had a 2 scoops. There's been so many scoops we've missed. And I'm going to adjust this camera a bit. Because I realized I was so focused on getting the card reader to work again that I didn't fix my webcam. Oh well. So, here we are. It's 2 scoops. Yes. 2 scoops, mostly Magic Podcast, which isn't really a podcast because I'd never figured out podcasting. So, mostly Magic News Stream? It's a news show. It's a news show about magic, mostly. IKORIA. Holy shit, IKORIA. Like, I realized I just screwed up my ability to get monetized on YouTube. I don't care. IKORIA. I want to talk about every card they've revealed as of time of this stream because they're all amazing and they're all great and I love them. Alright? I love all of them. They are big stompy boys and I'm here for it. I'm here for the big stompy boys. And there's some that we don't know what they are yet, but it's fine. So first off, let's talk about the fact that this is not a wedge set. It's a wedge set. And by that I mean its wedges matter. Now, do they matter a lot? No. They do not matter nearly as much as, say... I'm much greener than I thought I would be. It doesn't matter nearly as much as, say... there we go. That's better. Like Tarkir. Tarkir, it's all about the wedges. But your deck building is going to be wedge-themed. And oh my goodness. So, first off, better names than the Tarkir wedges are here now. Or because they have the triomes. And I think triomes sound really cool. I mean, they sound awesome. Triome. Ooh, fancy. Move this out of the way real quick. Boop, there we go. We have Savai, which is going to be all cats. It is green, black, white cats. I like it. There's saber-tooth kitties. Like, I know this is a magic card, so it won't pop up properly, but look at that kitty. Look at him, he's got saber teeth. Right? You have winged kitties, which don't come up great. We got Snapdax, the All-Hunter, who I believe we've actually had him spoiled at this point. Snapdax, Apex of the Hunt. Look at that cat. So he's got the new mutate ability. I was wrong, it's not green, it's red. So it's white, red, black. 3/5 with Double Strike is nothing to sneeze at. Whenever it mutates, it deals 4 points of damage to target creature, planeswalker, and opponent controls, and you gain 4 life. This thing is reminding me a lot of Siege Rhino, and that's kind of cool. So you can mutate it onto other things, or you can mutate the other things onto it, and I think mutate is something we need to talk about. It's a silver mechanic in black border. It's fantastic. It's like, I can have Snapdax here. And I'm like, oh boy, he looks really good in my hand. But maybe I already have somebody better on the field. Maybe I already have, I'm trying to find a good one that's not a mutator. Oh, here we go. Let's say I have Bristling Boar. And for what I'm doing, Bristling Boar is better. Right? This is a 4/3, can't be blocked by more than one creature. I can mutate Snapdax onto him to make him a 4/3 with Double Strike that deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker and gives me 4 life anytime something mutates. That's great. So mutate's kind of fun that I can just keep stacking these mutate triggers and making weirder and weirder monsters. This does remind me a lot of, I think Hearthstone had a very similar mechanic. But I'm not going to argue. This is awesome. We got to meet our... Well, actually, let's talk about Companion. Companion's the other one, because Companion led to a card already being banned. So, in a format, before it even came out. Which is a little insane to me. But I can see where they were coming from. And this particular critter does not... Oh, there he is. And that's this guy, Lutri the Spell Chaser. So Companion is if you meet the prerequisites for your deck plus sideboard, This guy exists outside your deck. Now, this doesn't work in Canlander or any format without wishes. This does work in Commander, except for Lutri here, because Lutri's prerequisite is run a singleton deck, which Commander and Canlander and Brawl already are. So I don't think he's going to be banned in Brawl. He is going to be banned in Commander. But we'll see if he stays unbanned in Brawl, because as it is, this is an instant include in every Izzet deck, because he even cares about the same things as the Izzet. So how could he not be? For something a little bit more fair, we have Gyruda, who apparently will be valid in Commander. And then your buddy's going to play a Void Winnower and screw you. But that's kind of the risk you're taking, to get an extra card. Personally, I like Karuga here, because he's only big cards, and I think blue-green large mana costs matter is a fun mechanic. So with Companion we have Mutate. With Returning Mechanic, it's one of my favorites. It's Cycling. If you are watching the custom Magic streams, I think Cycling should be Evergreen. This is a Cycling card that, if Cycling were Evergreen, I think would be in every single core set. He's that good. I think Drannith Stinger is fantastic. It's a good hate bear. Now, some of the mutate cards don't mutate themselves, like Zagoth Mamba. You have to mutate onto him. But, neat part with a mutate card is I can put it on top of or under another creature. So, I don't have to stick with the 1/1. If I had Vadrock, I can put Vadrock on top of Zagoth Mamba here, which would then give me a 3/3 flying first strike. When this mutates, you may cast non-creature card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. And whenever this creature mutates, target creature an opponent controls gets -2/-2 until end of turn. So I can combine this dude, this dude? My camera's flipped. With this dude, and make a 3/3 that hands out -2/-2s, which is fantastic. I love it. So those are 3 of the mechanics. There's also counters that are not normal counters. Luminous Broodmoth here gives out flying counters. Whenever a creature without flying dies, it returns it with flying. And I personally love this. And then the biggest news. Oh my god, this is what sold me. So I was already super excited for Ikoria. Like, I was afraid it was going to be a Monster Hunter themed set instead of a Kaiju themed set. This is clearly Kaiju themed, because that guy's basically Mothra, right? And I'm going like, okay, so it's a Kaiju set. It's a medieval Kaiju set. I can get behind that. Oh my goodness, can I get behind that? Oh yeah. I love Kaiju. I love Tokusatsu. I love Kaiju movies. Pacific Rim is one of my favorite films. I love a lot of the Godzilla movies. Shin Godzilla is fantastic. Oh my goodness, did I love Shin Godzilla. I am holding my breath for Shin Ultraman. So I'm like down to clown with this whole set. Like, I'm going to be honest. War of the Spark was pretty good, but all I've had going for me since Dominaria was Corsets. Corsets and War of the Spark. Ravnica doesn't do it for me most of the time. There'll be a couple of cards I'll pick up for a cube, but I'm not going to feel like, ooh boy, I need to go to a pre-release. Eldraine, I felt, dropped the ball. I mean, some of it was neat, but a lot of it was... Part of it's I'm a Force of Will player, so I'm used to Fairy Tales all the dang time. And Eldraine being the Fairy Tale plane, it's like, well, I'm just going to go keep playing Force of Will. Sorry. Which, on that note, Force of Will is basically dead in America. I'm sorry. I'm hoping it picks up speed again. We've been wrong before, but I'm not holding my breath on Force of Will sticking around much longer in America. It seems to be still pretty healthy in Germany, which is nice. But, yeah, I'm a little disheartened there, because I love Force of Will. That's my other favorite TCG. Anyway, but back to Magic stuff. So it's like Fairy Tales was eh. Theros is not a plane I particularly care about, and I think if they had focused more on the Underworld, I would have felt better about it. Ristic Studies actually did a fantastic video about that recently, about how it's kind of a simulacrum of a simulacrum at this point. And it's like when you're making a copy with a Xerox machine, eventually it loses its meaning. But this set, I was going like, oh man, I hope it's kaiju. I'll be excited for Monster Hunter and build your own monster, but oh man, I hope it's kaiju. And it was kaiju. And I know everyone already knows this, but I love this. They got the Toho license, guys. Because I could play Luminous Broodmoth. Or I can play this special alt art Luminous Broodmoth. That is actually Mothra. It's actually Mothra. Right? You have Rodon. God, I love Rodon. One of my personal favorites. Oh, look here, it's Gigon. I love Gigon. Now I realize Gigon is just Gyruda. And Gyruda I wasn't super excited for, but I will fight a man for that Gigon. Of course, you can't have kaiju without Godzilla, who is the Buy a Box promo. He's a 7/3. That lethal is based off his power. If that's not Godzilla, I don't know what is. Ghidorah, I don't 100% agree with putting him. I guess Teamer kind of makes sense. I personally would put black for Ghidorah somewhere in there, but it's a 6/6 with flying and trample. With mutate. It's fantastic. And King Caesar, who is just basically Sondak, who we started this stream with. But he's King Caesar, and I love King Caesar. Not as much as I love Gigon or Mothra or Ghidorah or Godzilla or Rodan. Like everyone else is way more here for me. And now here's the one I feel really bad about. I feel terrible about this one. Because there's one kaiju that, from the Godzilla series, that I like even more than the Big G himself or Gigon. Because he was the first kaiju I was exposed to. And that is Space Godzilla. And they are trashing all reprints of Space Godzilla at this point. Now, he's just Nightmare Horror. Because you'll notice that all of these are just another card. And in fact, they have a second name. And that second name is what counts for the legend rule. The top name is just to be neat. So, like, Void Beckoner here is Space Godzilla. Like, Space Godzilla becomes Void Beckoner. And he counts as Void Beckoner. And I can play multiples because he's non-legendary. And technically Space Godzilla shouldn't be legendary anyway because he's a clone of Godzilla. And I mean, he's an 8/8 for 8. Which is pretty close to my 6/6 for 6 sweet spot. If I'm playing black, I like Void Beckoner. I like him a lot. If I get lucky enough to pull one of the now limited Space Godzillas, then I'm going to take it, and I'm going to treasure that, and I will hold it tight and never let it go, and I will frame it, much like I have framed Dakmor Scorpion, my first Magic card. But here's why. His new official name is Space Godzilla Void Invader, but he's only going to be an arena, because the print version, and it's too late to change the print version now, and they don't want to reprint him with the new name, which I think they should, personally, because it's Space Godzilla. I love Space Godzilla. Yeah, you can see why they're a little concerned. He has the Corona Beam. That's always been his best thing, and he's the Master of Death. He's a virus that bonded to Godzilla and Biolante's DNA. That name is not good. They figured that one out a little bit too late to stop the printers. Yep. And he won't be in Magic Online. He won't be in print after the first print run. He's only going to be on Magic Arena as Void Invader. It's like, I understand it's COVID-19, but everyone calls it the coronavirus, even though it's just a coronavirus. But yeah. So I would even take a reprint with Void Invader. I want my Space Godzilla, guys. I really do. I love Space Godzilla. He's one of my favorite kaiju. I wish I could have him. Also, in the intro, I could have sworn I saw the big crab kaiju from Pacific Rim in the intro, like just sneaking in there. It's probably not it, but it looked just like the one that young Mako's running away from. The preview, the trailer is fantastic. Oh my goodness, I love that trailer. There's going to be new Commander decks. I'm excited for the Commander decks. Out of the Commander decks, there is a new one. And I'm going to see if they have the previews for Commander 2020 up yet. I sure hope so. It doesn't seem to be here yet. Rats. But there was a preview card in the stream. Oh, actually, hold up. Apparently Brazil just got Anguirus spoiled, who looks really, really cool. But there was a legendary critter for one of the... what do you calls it? One of the commander decks that looked really, really cool. And I'm not seeing any previews of it currently. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the previews. I am excited for IKORIA. I'm excited for pre-release. I might not do pre-release just because of money. But I am 100% down to clown with this set. I love it. I am here for it. I want it forever. And I'm looking for the specific commander I was thinking of. There's two commanders that I'm really excited for. One is this Counters Matters one, Cathril the Aspect Warper. I totally want this one for me. I'm not normally much of a black player, but I'll do it. I'll do it for him. Oh yeah, Baby Godzilla got spoiled. It's a remake of Poliwag Symbiote, which is a new card in the set. So it's going to be blue, reducing the cost of mutate cards. This is the one. Otrimi the Ever Playful, which I think will be Michaela's new non-dragon commander of choice. It's a 6/6 for 6 that mutates. It looks kind of like a pink Toothless, and I love it. I love it so much. The other one that I'm super here for is this guy, Calamax the Stormsire. Because, I mean, it's Teamer Instance Matter that gives you +1/+1 counters. It's like Simic and Izzet had a baby, and I love him. And it's just so many new things here. You have these cool comic book art dudes, which aren't really showing up on stream great. There he is. Cool comic book art version of Huntsmaster Liger. So many cool things this set has. Look at all of this. I love it. Yes, I do see y'all in the chat there. Hello, Slinky. We're talking about IKORIA, because I'm excited for IKORIA. Because this IKORIA... Oh, there's going to be a whole nother Godzilla. Because, of course, you have to have two Godzillas. Look at that one. That is classic Godzilla, if I've ever seen him. Hey, get out of here, green screen. You know what you're supposed to be. Thank you. It's an 11/11. It's an 11/11. That gives trample. Oh. Oh. Like, I want it. I want all of them. I want all the Godzilla cards. I want to put them into my into my cube, into my deck, into everything. I love them all. I love them all. I am 100% here for all of it. We have like this dude, Grim Dancer, who looks so much like the skull dudes, skull crawlers from Kong Skull Island. The fact that I have a dude who can be a 3/3 Menace Death Touch, 3/3 Menace Lifelink, a 3/3 Death Touch Lifelink. There's so many ways to go with it. I'm personally a Menace Death Touch guy, because, I mean, how could you not be? But, oh, it's all so good. It's still a shame about Space Godzilla, but, it is what it is. I'm going to probably hunt one down along with Grimlock. That's IKORIA news for now. That's what we have. That's what we know. I'm going to be keeping up on this. When it's up on Arena, I will be jamming so much IKORIA. I could do so many neat things with the Evergreen counters. And considering I'm working on the custom core set, which we'll be doing a stream of that tonight, just so many cool things. But you know what? We're back with 2 scoops. We had 20 minutes of news. Let's finish this off with a Crack-a-Pack. Coffee. So, rolling. 3. No homelands for us today. This is the wrong box. This is the draft box. One moment. This is the right box. Ugh. There we go. So, uno, dos, tres. I was just talking about how much I don't give a shit about Theros. We have a pack of Theros. Which is green, so it's messing with the green screen. So, first off, look how fun that is. Ooh, it's the pack that disappears. Kind of. It's actually the wrong green to do that. This side? No. Alright. But yeah, let's do a crack pack. That seems to be the right way to do things. So let's clear out these guys. We're leaving Theros. Let's go to original Theros. Great. Question about lethal damage. Does that also count for -1/-1 counters? So, -1/-1 counters are not damage. So, if I give Godzilla -3 in any way in the in toughness, then that does not... Has our chat been open? Yes, and it's behind me. Of course it is. Let's fix that. Chat, let's move you over here. There we go. Aha. You guys will be beneath the cards. Fantastic. Yeah, so if we give Godzilla -3 toughness in any way, he would die. But if I deal 3 damage to him, that is not lethal. Lethal damage is 7. Lethal minus is 3. Which is very confusing, admittedly. But hey, you know, we got some Theros cards to talk about. So let's see here. So first up we have... Let's see, is our card reader working? Oh, right, I have to load in the set. Whoops. Works best if I load the set in. Let's try that again. There we go. Dragon Mantle. So it's a cantrip enchantment that gives fire breathing. It's fine. I like it. Omen Speaker. You working? There you are. Omen Speaker, it's a classic. It's as close as blue gets to a bear. It'll work fine. Oh, you know who we have? Devotion All-Star, Gary. Gary's broken. That's why they bumped him up to uncommon. I like Gary. I like Gary's art here better than I do in the new one. So far, Gary is my pick. We have Divine Verdict. I prefer the Ixalan art. Personal preference there. A Crowan Crusader. There he is. He's got Heroic. I can target him with things and make soldiers. And in fact, we pulled up one of the soldier tokens in the pack. I do like a Crowan Crusader. He's fun. Gary is a kill card. Gary is somebody you play at the end of the game to cinch it. 100% agree. And considering Gary's going to be in Standard with that not Space Godzilla, that's a neat thing to do with it, isn't it? Cavern Lampad Bestow. The mechanic I wish had returned for Beyond Death, but I can see why it didn't now that we know Mutate is essentially Bestow, but better. As Intimidate, it's been forever since we've seen Intimidate. It got replaced with Menace. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 in Intimidate, because yeah, I can make her an aura that turns into a 2/2 for 6, which is very nice. Very, very, very fond of those kind of cards. And she works really, really well with Gary, because she gives you Black Devotion right there. We have Staunch-Hearted Warrior. Another Heroic. Whenever I target him, I get to put 2 +1/+1 counters on him. So, he's only a 2/2 for 4, which ain't great. But, you mutate... No, you can't mutate, because he's human. Humans can't mutate, that's a rule. But we could, you know, hit him with anything, really. I could hit him with that Dragon Mantle and make him a 4/4 with fire breathing, which is nothing to sneeze at. And we have Scholar of Athreos, who is technically a 2-color card. It's a 2 and a white for a 1/4, and for 2 and a black, each opponent loses 1 life, you gain life. Great in Commander, not going to be helpful in Standard as much. It's like ping you for 1 for 3 mana, but ping everyone for 1 for 3 mana and gain 3 life. That's much more useful. Wild Celebrants. 5/3 for 5, not too shabby in red. That immediately destroys an artifact. That's not bad at all. That's actually slightly better than a Demolish, in my opinion, because you get a body when you're done. Like, that's what Demolishes should be. Oh, hey, it's Brian's big brother. There he is, Benthic Giant. 4/5 with hexproof. Enough said. I remember I hated this card the first time I ran into it, and then I came to realize that it's just a shittier version of Coldwater Snapper. So there you go. So far I'm still picking Gary. Tormented Hero. A 2/1 for 1 that enters tap. That's not too bad. That's slightly worse than a Diregraph Ghoul. Heroic, when I cast a spell, I get that neat life siphon. I would let that cycle and hope it comes back, because that pairs really well with Gary. Oh, hey, Horizon Scholar. Which, since we were doing the stuff for the custom set last night, I had opened up a new tab of Sphinxes, and I came to realize this guy is only a smidge better than Cloud Reader Sphinx. I would almost argue that Horizon Scholar should be, like, bumped down to common, personally. Because Cloud Reader Sphinx is, like, a mana less for a 3/4, but other than that, they're identical. It's like, I think having a 4/4 for 6 mana in blue is not the worst thing in the world. That's 1 more than a Sarah Angel. Which is typically where white ends up there. Oh, hey, we got an artifact. Flamecast Wheel. Sure. 5 and tap. Sacrifice it, deals 3 damage. That's not great. That's worse than the Apparatus. Explosive Apparatus, that's its name. Or Aliopile? This is worse than both of those. I am not a fan. Not a fan of this. That one I'm going to let wheel. We got an island. It's just an island. Which isn't even going to load. That's how much it's just an island. It's like, why are you trying to save the island in your set? Doesn't know. Alright, and of course the most important one are rare. We got Daxos, original Daxos, not the new demigod Daxos, obviously. Can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater, so inverted Brass Claw Orcs. I've been playing with Fallen Empires a lot lately. Deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of that player's library. Gain life equal to the card's converted mana cost. Until the end of until end of turn, you may cast that card, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color. Oh, ooh. Oh my. If I ever had a need to do a blue-white commander deck, it'd be this guy. But this guy goes into the Crack-A-Cube. What is the Crack-A-Cube? Well, we started this back with the original 2 scoops 2 years ago, Jesus. And the intention was we would have an episode a week. And that hasn't happened. But I repackaged this inside of a Cubamajig, and we put it into the Crack Cube, and then when that is done, we are going to treat that as a Chaos Draft for Red and I to do on stream, which will be a lot of fun, and it'll be all cards that we've done in Crack-A-Packs on 2 scoops. So I'm going to add that pack to our Crack-A-Pack cube, the Cracked Cube, and it's going to be great. And then later, There's going to be probably a Minecraft stream and another stream of us making our custom set. Because that is our current big project here for the month of April. We are making Quarantine 2020, a custom core set based around Core 2020. So this video, unlike all the other 2 scoops, is going to be over on the Alchemy Prime channel when we're done. And then the VODs of games and game design things are going to stay over on Alk Plays Games. And then this is going to be moved over to Alchemy Prime proper. And it'll be up there later today. Yep. If you're watching this on Alchemy Prime, on the Alchemy Prime YouTube channel, then you already knew that. Well, thank you for watching. Of course, if you enjoy what we do here, please follow on Twitch, sub on YouTube. If you want to support us, you could support us on Patreon, because we are supported by viewers like you on Patreon, at patreon.com/outplaysgames. And we are also supported by our Twitch subs. Always nice to have Twitch subs. And you get to be part of our Discord, and you get fancy purple and orange names, which is not much, but it's there. And I'm taking this seriously. I kept forgetting the channel. I kept forgetting 2 scoops, because it was like, oh, I got to be professional, and professional has not worked out. Let's go unprofessional. That's the way. Alright, thank you for watching. Hope you guys all have a wonderful afternoon. I will see you later today with a video game stream, probably Minecraft. Maybe something different. I don't know, we're playing it by ear. And then later with card design later this evening. Thanks. Hope you all have a wonderful evening. I just realized I'm on the one that doesn't have a be right or a see you later. We gotta fix that. Because right now I have this. This is not an intermission. Ignore that up there. It is not an intermission. This is the end of the stream. It's the end of the video. Just make sure you follow and subscribe and all those things. And thank you for watching.